Now, besides the trend market, I always like to dream big. And so my curiosity question is, I was listening to a radio syndication of Susie Orman about what it takes in today's day and age to retire early. And she was giving a price of 5 to 10 million. If you have properties, and we can go into,
She's crazy.
no, I don't think she is, because of what I listened for the whole hour, it was all making sense, things that you would never think of. But, you know, my curiosity question though
You're
is...
gonna walk in tomorrow with her hairstyle, aren't you?
I'm not. I was thinking about it, maybe, but no. The bottom line is, if you're buying properties today, the properties that you're buying have to have serious cash flow to have a serious retirement for the unpredictable down the road. We all know Amazon's Bezos is trying to get rid of a human being and using computers and robots in the next 25 years. We know there's going to be probably hyperinflation. There's going to be a lot of things that we're not aware of, you know.
Well, we're not aware of them.
But they could be.
Could be. There's a lot of could be's. Right, we could colonize Mars too, but I mean, like, what could be?
Okay, so my curiosity question is, what is a good number today to set for yourself for retirement? Not talking about the fire generation. I'm talking about, and do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the way she came up with that number, okay.
You read the article?
No.
And listened to it? Okay.
No, but I know enough about people like, they're like her philosophy, Dave Ramsey, those kind of guys, right?
She's not doom and gloom, but she's got her mom. She spent $2.5 million on getting her, rehabbed and all that because her mom refused to sign for, what is it called, long-term care.
Yep.
For 5 times. She's like, here, mom, here. And mom said, no, nothing's going to happen. If something happens, something happens. I'm trying to figure out what's the magic number today in liquid asset, liquid.
Let me catch up.
Sorry.
Because what I get that there needs to be part of like money set aside or whatever for like just in case you end up incapacitated or to handle end of life type of expenses and stuff like that.
You drop off.
Right, but you also need. But the reason she's thinking about this is she's looking at that and saying, well, you could just have this big nest egg, and okay, the life expectancy once you hit this age is going to be this, and so you could just burn through that portfolio, that pile of cash,
sure,
or invest it in an annuity or some other hokey thing that'll spin off X amount of dollars a month, right, in income for yourself, because it's about just in case money and income on top of Social Security, right?
Of course.
That's what the retirement calculation's about. The thing is, they're not thinking about passive investments like real estate that can produce. You're a perfect example,
okay.
If I may. How do your parents make a living?
Real estate.
Yeah. What's their primary source? It's an apartment building, right?
Yes.
One apartment building, right? That's mostly free and clear.
It's free and clear for 70 years.
Okay, right. So if you are 30 years old, okay, and you go out and buy a reasonable sized apartment building, it doesn't have to be a 500 unit or whatever this other stuff like I talked about, like a syndication. Let's say you scrape together enough nickels to go buy yourself a 20 unit apartment building, okay? That's spinning off $800 a month in rent.
Sure.
In per door, okay? That's, I'm going to break up my magic marker.
16,000.
Yeah, that's 16,000, right? Okay, right. Now, on a generous expense ratio for a building like that's 50%, including management.
Sure.
Okay, that means
8K.
right. That means that I'm keeping 8,000. Everybody with me?
Yeah.
Anybody not with me? Okay. All right. 8,000 is your NOI. Okay. Now, this is today's numbers. This is what the property's rented for today. Okay. But let's have some fun and pretend that the market stays absolutely stagnant between now and the next 30 years, but it won't. Okay. Now, a bank loans you money on the property, and you take all $8 grand and you pay that mortgage down. Okay. You don't take a nickel of it because you're working right now. You got yourself a day job. Okay. You take that and you pay it all down, and it's on a 25-year amortization, meaning in 25 years it's getting paid off. Okay, the interest rate's going to change every 5 years. I get it, it does, but so do your rents. Rents are going to go up, so maybe like that negates that. And let's say on a 25-year amortization, I'm taking every nickel and putting it towards that. I can pay it off in 15 years. That means by the time that you're 45, you're 30 today. By the time you're 45, you could be making how much a month? $8,000 a month. Okay. Now, I now have a free and clear piece of real estate. What happens if I get really, really sick and God forbid end up like Sue Zorman's mother or something like that, where I need a big chunk of cash? I sell the asset, or better not, I just refinance it, right? So I've got real estate. It creates a long-term piggy bank for yourself, for you to tap into if you hold long-term real estate. The folks that I know that hold real estate long-term are the ones that the people that I see that don't do well holding real estate long-term are the ones that try and doing the work themselves. Like I've met like an 80-year-old man that had 90 units in Trenton. Okay? He's still managing himself. Right?
God bless.
Pride.
Amen.
Yeah, God bless. It's pride.
Yeah.
You know? No, it wasn't, because I'll tell you what, you walk those units, you can tell he was out of gas. You know?
Wow.
That's the problem. You got to start thinking about what you're able to do now and what you're not going to be able to do 15 years from now. Okay? Which is why, like, yeah, God bless, but at the end of the day, he wasn't able to, you know, but if this is managed, then you get to keep all that, right? So Sue Zorman's not thinking about it this way. This is entrepreneurial stuff. That she's thinking about it like, I've got $2.5 million and I'm going to invest it in a REIT or into this or into that, or keep it with my financial planner. My financial planner will take care of me because they'll pay me 3% on my money, you know, right? So what's that?
She always says to invest in the S&P 500.
The index funds, yes, but
Sure.
That's her.
Yeah, because it always goes right. It'll eventually go back up. Come on, man. You
no.
know?
But what I'm trying to get with this is that the $8,000 a month. Let's say you get yourself to $100,000 in income a year. We all know you have to pay taxes on that.
Yeah.
So you don't have long-term disability. That's where I was going with this. And you don't have long-term, and you find yourself paying $30,000 a month for the next 3 years. Yes, you're using all your. You could be taking a chunk out of your property for doing so. So what is the magical number that you think is needed to retire? That's really where I'm coming from, full circle.
I don't look at it. I don't look at retirement as I'm not a nest egg guy. I don't look at it that way. Okay? I look at it as creating cash flow. Because there's a book right there about killing sacred cows. One of the sacred cows we have today in life, and again, we're way down the
I know.
right. But I told you guys during Q&A we can talk about whatever we all want, right?
Thank
So the book Killing Sacred Cows squashes this concept. The concept is, let's all work really hard and set aside money for retirement, okay? So that one day I can go and live on less than what I'm making now and hope that I've got enough in that retirement account to keep me going until I die.
Which is all BS.
Okay? Right. That's, forgive me if I can call it BS too, but that's what she's talking about, okay? What's happening, man? We're gearing up. We're heading down to North Carolina, 3-day trip, a little bigger pockets excursion. We're going to show off an apartment building that we've got that's under renovation down there. We're going to show the good, the bad, the ugly. You know, because there's great stuff going on, and there's some stuff that we're cleaning up down there, and it's great. We're going to tell the whole story of what it is to run, manage, and you know, maintain an apartment complex. Just in case money, and hope that I can hold my breath and that money doesn't run out before I run out. Okay? That killing sacred cows is about this. Instead of taking money and investing for someday, invest now. Buy that, right? And I can enjoy the cash flow I get from it now, or I can pay it down and create something that'll benefit me in the future. Because here's the thing. The odds are that not everybody in this room is going to hit 65. Something's going to happen. You know, we can run over by a bus walking across the street, right? So because of that, it's better to make investments that benefit us today, because there is no telling what's going to happen in the future. It's speculative, right? It's the biggest form of speculation, because there's so many what-ifs that who's to tell, right? You may go pick up the winning lottery ticket next week.
Amen.
Right? And if you do, but it's all joking. But like somebody in Trenton won $450 million a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
I found one lady.
Right. God bless. She's got a foundation now.
Yeah.
She's got buildings with her name on it. God bless her. She's doing the right thing with that money too, right?
Yeah.
So, but at the end of the day, that could happen to anyone, but you could also get run over by a bus. You could have that happen. You could have a rich uncle leave you a couple $1 million. There's so many variables in life that you really don't know what's going to happen, right? So I choose to make choices like this based on what will benefit me in the next 3 to 5 years. Now, but the farthest out I'll think is like maybe 5 years from now, right? Because who knows, right? I know listen, I respect Sue Zorman. She's got a lot of people that respect her. I don't respect her hair. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I'm not sure how she makes it do that. Yeah. Anybody else? Questions?